What is going on, everybody? Rhymestyle here, and today we're playing some more J-Stars Victory Versus, and as you can tell from the title of this video, we are answering questions. Last year, you guys told me to do another Q&A video, and I said I would if you asked questions, and guess what? You guys asked a bunch. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, because we have so many questions to go over and so little time. Obi wants to know how I got involved in YouTube, so this is a good question, actually. I first got exposed to the YouTube world back in 2011 when I went to Comic-Con. That's when I met Jericho, I met T-Mart, I met X-Jaws, I met Syndicate. Not all at the same time, but I met all these people around the same time. Not because of Comic-Con. At Comic-Con I met a few people, but overall out of that, I met all of these awesome YouTubers that became my friends, and I'm my good friends today. And they exposed me to this world that I had no idea existed. But at the time, I still didn't think much of it. You know, I went back to school after my internship ended, and I didn't really start a channel. However, Machinima then reached out to me, and they told me if I start a channel, they will partner me. And I figured, hey, you know, why not? At least if I have a partnership, I kind of have that incentive to actually deliver and not, you know, let them partner a channel that does nothing. So I started doing Call of Duty videos. But at the time, I didn't really take it too serious. I did a Call of Duty video every like couple weeks, and you know, months would pass without me uploading anything, and nothing really happened out of that. But it wasn't until last year in 2013 when I started uploading Dragon Ball Z videos, and I realized, holy crap, the Dragon Ball Z community on YouTube is awesome. Like, you guys got me addicted to doing this. It was so much fun to be able to upload a video about Dragon Ball Z and get equally leveled fans of Dragon Ball Z to respond, and like, you know, it was just awesome to me, and that's what really got me addicted. But it wasn't until this year in 2014 when Battle Z came up where I became a full-time YouTuber. But what I mean by full-time YouTuber is I didn't quit my job. I still have a job. I still have a life outside of YouTube that takes up a lot of my time. But I became a full-time YouTuber in terms of uploading every single day. So when Battle Z came out this year, I became a full-time YouTuber and started uploading every single day. And here we are today making this Q&A video. Does that answer your question? I hope it does. If not, I can try to clarify it better in the comment section below. Vince wants to know how did you come up with the name Rhymestyle? So this is actually a really good question too. Rhymestyle was a nickname that I was given to in high school because I was really involved in music, and I became especially involved in music when I got to college. Like, I worked with artists like Lupe Fiasco, Wale, Logic, Quest, all these artists that were going to come up, and I was helping them build a digital presence on the internet. At the time, you know, Rhymestyle became the name that I got out of doing all that. But Rhymestyle became my alias whenever I used to make like forums or gamer tags or names on Twitter and stuff. The name I was go-to was just Rhymestyle because it was always available, and it was very brandable. Like, like the name always stuck around, and like people would walk around like, Rhymestyle, I think I heard that name because of X, Y, and Z. And it was like a very brandable name, and that's why I turned that nickname into an internet alias to the YouTuber name that I am today. Hope that kind of answers your question. If not, I can, like I said, I can clarify that one too in the comment section below. When and how did you get into anime? So this is a really good question too. I first got exposed to anime in 5th grade when Dragon Ball Z came out. They first started airing on Toonami. And it wasn't until like 2 years later when they had the Saturday version of Toonami where they showed Rurouni Kenshin, they showed Inuyasha, they showed Yu Yu Hakusho, and that's what got me addicted. So Dragon Ball Z was my gateway. Yu Yu Hakusho and all those other shows were my addiction. And yeah. Goku vs. Naruto X 2599 wants to know, what got you to Naruto besides J-Stars? So I always wanted to watch Naruto, but the reason I never did was because it was so long. It was like, every time I was about to start, I was like, well, I have to watch 600 episodes or read so many chapters, and I was kind of like too lazy to do it. But when J-Stars came out, I got really intrigued, and at the time, my good friend Sasha, who was actually pushing me to watch Naruto for the longest, kind of pushed me overboard, and I got involved in Naruto. And it's actually funny, when I got into Naruto, I caught up to 10 years worth of Naruto in a month. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I watched every single episode, I read every single chapter, and I played every single game within a month span because I just wanted to catch up really fast, and just, you know, I was addicted. Basically, I was addicted. It was a really good anime, and I'm mad it took me that long, but yeah, I hope that answers your question. Isaiah wants to know, what is your favorite DBZ game and favorite Naruto game? So favorite DBZ game by far is Tenkaichi 3 on the PS2, and favorite Naruto game is Ninja Storm Revolution. I like 3, but I feel like Revolution is a much better improvement from that game. GLG Duke wants to know if you could use only one jutsu and use it as many times as possible. What is it? Kamui! I want to be able to teleport left and right. I think teleport powers are the most awesome powers on the planet, and that's my always go-to choice in choosing powers. Outside of that, if I had to choose an attack-based power, it definitely has to be Amaterasu. I mean, how awesome can it be to have Amaterasu? I mean, I'll probably never use it because it's like it will be hard to control and stuff, but Amaterasu would be an awesome attack to have. Outside of that, Kamui. JJ wants to know, What are your top 5 animes in order? So I'm not gonna do an order because it's hard to order these. But my top 5 off the top of the head, well, top 3 I'm definitely for sure. The other 2 are maybe interchangeable. Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Hunter x Hunter, and Naruto Shippuden. Those are my top 5. Age wants to know, have you been keeping up with the manga of Naruto? And if so, what is your opinion? My opinion on the manga is holy crap. You know, for the longest I was trying to figure out how they were gonna do, you know, how they were gonna like, you know, do X, Y, and Z. I don't want to spoil the manga if you haven't caught up. But then, as of recently, they completely did a 180 and went the opposite direction of what I thought was gonna happen. So at this point, I'm like I keep wondering how they're gonna end it and how they're gonna succeed. I mean, I'm liking it, but it's so unexpected, and that's my opinion of it so far. Cameron wants to know if I get married, will I continue my YouTube career? Yes, I do YouTube because, like I said, it's a lot of fun to me, and I love the fact that I can share, you know, my passion through the form of YouTube with people who have equal passion about it. And because of that, I will always do YouTube regardless of what happens. Sean wants to know, when do you think Xenoverse will come out? Xenoverse will most likely come out in 2015. Now, I know the game's been developing for 2.5 years, but I'm gonna say most likely it's gonna come out in 2015 because I saw the alpha version of the game back in E3, and it looked like it still needed a couple months of work. So definitely sometime in 2015. I don't know when, but as soon as I find out, of course, I will let you guys know. James Weaver, big shout out to James. About 90% of the time, James is always the first to comment on all my videos, so big shout out to him. Which do you hate more, Dragon Ball GT or Evolution? Ooh, I mean, Evolution I don't want to talk about it at all. Like, I keep, you know, pretend that movie doesn't exist. I can watch GT. I won't like it, but I can't watch Evolution at all. So Evolution wins that battle by far. Evolution can be burned alive. If you never heard of Evolution, please do not look it up. I beg you, don't look it up. Cam wants to know, where's your goal for YouTube? Good question, actually. This might sound like a fortune cookie, kind of corny, but my goal for YouTube is number 1, to have fun with it, which I've been doing, and number 2, I want to be able to build an influence where I can do something that matters. One thing that always bugged me about people that, you know, gain attention and influence is they never use it for positive. I really love what Ryan, XRPNX13, has been doing because he has done so much with charity, so much positive stuff for the community overall, and I want to do stuff like that. I want to be able to you know, tweet a charity and help it. I want to be able to do charities myself and raise enough money to the point where it actually matters. I want to be able to do build up an influence and do positive, and that's my big goal with YouTube. I know it kind of sounds corny, but this is how I am. I want to be a superhero. My superhero power will be use influence for the better. Yeah, Gaming wants to know what I record with and what I edit with. So I record with a How Posh DVR Gaming Edition. It's kind of outdated. I need to get a new one, but I record my PS3 and Xbox gameplay videos with that. My PS4 I record with the built-in recorder, and for my PC/Mac I record using a program called ScreenFlow. I edit everything on Final Cut 10, which is freaking amazing. It's a life changer. XR wants to know, what is my favorite game of all time? Ooh, this is a tough one. You can't throw a bomb on me. Here's 3. Top 3 games of my childhood: Final Fantasy VIII on the PlayStation, Fallout 3 on the Xbox 360 and PS3, and third one, drum roll, Super Mario Bros. 3 maybe. It's a tough one, but off the top of my head, those are the 3 that come to mind first, so I guess those are my favorites. Rocker wants to know, do you think Xenoverse is going to be better than Tenkaichi 3? The answer is no, and the reason why is because if you set that standard will never ever be beaten. No matter what, it's going to be really, really hard for you to have a game come out that's going to be better than something that you already love. And in fact, if you try to set the bar that high, you will most likely not like Xenoverse. So with that said, Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3 to me is a retired game from my list of awesome games / favorite games. I don't think we'll ever have a game that'll be better than that. However, Xenoverse is freaking amazing. From what I've seen at E3 and all the stuff that's been coming out, all the news I've been hearing from Bandai Namco, Xenoverse is going to be the best Dragon Ball Z game since Tenkaichi 3, and I say that with confidence. So I hope that answers your question. Whoops Dubs wants to know, did you know that cashews come from a fruit? I did not, but I learned. The Boss 1299 wants to know, how did you meet Ryan? I answered this in my last video, but I'll answer it again. Ryan and I met back in 2011 when I first got exposed to all the YouTube world, and I started making friends with all these YouTubers. We started talking on Skype, we became friends on Twitter, we played a lot of Call of Duty together, and we always wanted to do a series, but we never really had something that we could do a series on. And at the time, I started doing Dragon Block C on my own channel as a single player, and I just finished it, and I was telling him, I was like, hey, Dragon Ball Z is a really, really awesome series, you should do it. I was telling him to do it, and next thing I know, he's asking me to do it with him, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not, and the rest is history. And yeah, Lee Stumpley wants to know, if you could be anywhere from Dragon Ball Z except Sans, who would it be? Ooh, this is a good one. I gotta say Frieza, because Frieza has awesome psychic powers. And number 2 is favorite movie besides Battle Gods. Definitely Return of Cooler. Yeah, the cooler movies. Let's go with that. The cooler movies. Who would you be? Naruto or Sasuke? Definitely Sasuke. I want to be able to do Amaterasu and have the Susanoo. Logan wants to know what's my favorite fight from Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. From Naruto, it's Sasuke versus Danzo, and Dragon Ball Z. Oh, excuse me. Dragon Ball Z by far is Goku and Frieza. I do Dubsters wants to know, can I be your pet bagel? Sure. Just know I might eat you. I like bagels and I like cream cheese, so I might, accidentally eat you the next day. You might last, a good 12 hours inside my apartment. And the final question is, Abel wants to know, which game would you choose, a fully finished Dragon Ball Xenoverse or a fully finished Dragon Ball Raging Blast 3? The answer to this is simple, Raging Blast 3. And the reason why is because, well, Xenoverse is coming out in a couple months. Dragon Ball Raging Blast 3 is not coming out anytime soon, so definitely that one, because if that comes out today, then Xenoverse will come out in a couple months, and we'll have 2 Dragon Ball Z for the price of 1, so easy answer. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this long edition J-Stars videos with questions and answers. And if you have any other questions that I didn't answer in this video, if I missed your questions, I apologize. But ask it in the comment section below, and I promise I will try to answer. Well, I promise I will try. It sounds contradictory. I will answer it. Ask it below, and I will answer it. And if you enjoyed this video, of course, be sure to drop that like rating. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the comment section, because I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of stuff to ask me. So yeah, my name is Rhymestyle. You enjoy the rest of your awesome Friday, and I will see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.